Good morning, my dear students. In our previous video, we studied about the definition of rational numbers and also we studied about some examples of rational numbers, and we saw that there are three criteria for a number to be a rational. So, just take a quick review of what we studied in our last video. That was the three criteria of a number to be a rational is that the first criteria is the number should look like a fraction. Although a rational number is need not necessarily be a fraction, but the first criteria for a number to be a rational is that a number should look like a fraction. That is a number in which there is a numerator and there is a denominator. And the numerator and denominator, the second criteria, the numerator and denominator both should be integers, and the third criteria was the denominator should not be equal to 0. So these numbers were called rational numbers. So my dear students, there are a lot of natural numbers. There are infinite rational numbers, just as there are infinite natural numbers, infinite whole numbers, infinite integers. Similarly, there are also infinite rational numbers which we cannot count in our daily life at all. So, today's our topic is properties of rational numbers. What are the properties of rational numbers? What happens when we add two rational numbers? When we subtract one rational number from second rational number? What happens if we change the order of adding two rational numbers? What happens if we change the group of adding three rational numbers, four rational numbers? This includes the properties of rational numbers. So we are going to study about them. My dear students, you have studied about properties of whole numbers and properties of integers in your previous classes. In class 6th you studied about properties of whole numbers, and in class 7th you studied about properties of integers. What are those properties? The first property is the closure property, second is the commutative property, third is the associative property, and one is the distributive property. And also there is a property of 1 and property of 0. Those properties which we applied on whole numbers in class 6 and which we applied on integers in class 7th, those properties we shall apply here on rational numbers. So my dear students, look at the first property. What is first property? Closure property. Closure property. Let us understand what this property says. This property says that if we add any two numbers, then the number which is obtained is similar to those numbers or not. For example, if we are adding two rational numbers, will we get a rational number or any other number? So my dear students, the closure property for addition of rational numbers, that is, we are taking the plus operation. There are basically four mathematical operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. There are four basic mathematical operations, and we are taking here the operation of addition over rational numbers, and we are applying closure property on that. Closure property for addition of rational numbers. What does this property say? This property says that if we add two rational numbers or three rational numbers or four rational numbers or more and more rational numbers, what we will get as a result? will also be a rational number. Okay, this is the closure property for addition of rational numbers. Just like look at an example. Look at an example. My dear students, take example of any two rational numbers. I can take any of them, any example like minus 7 by 15 and minus 8 upon 15. These are two rational numbers. These are two rational numbers and I am going to add them. So on adding two rational number, what will be the answer? The answer which will come here, will it be a rational or any other number? So let us check. Minus 7 and minus 8 will be minus 15 upon 15. This is your answer. On adding minus 7 upon 15 and minus 8 upon 15, you will get minus 15 upon 15. You already know how to add rational numbers. You have studied about it in class 7. So here you can clearly see that I can cancel out the denominator by 15 and also the numerator by 15. But here in the numerator I am cancelling out minus 15 by 15. So minus 1 will come. So what is the answer? Minus 1 by 1, or I can write it minus 1. So what is minus 1? Is it a rational number or not? Dear students, obviously it is a rational number. You can take any two rational numbers and when you will add those two rational numbers, the number which will you obtain will also be a rational number. So on adding two rational numbers, we always get a rational number. This is the closure property for addition of rational numbers. Look at this example. On adding any two rational numbers, we always get a rational number. How is it a rational number? Because we can write minus 1 like this. Minus 1 upon 1 in the form of P by Q. It is looking like a fraction. Although it is not a fraction, but it is looking like a fraction. And both the numerator and denominators are integer. Minus 1 is also an integer, 1 is also an integer. And the denominator is not equal to 0. That is, Q is not equal to 0. It is looking like in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers. As we can see, minus 1 and 1 are integers. And also Q is not equal to 0. P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. So all the three conditions, the first condition, the second condition and the third condition are fulfilled here. So we can say that on adding any two rational numbers, we always get a rational number. Similarly is the closure property for subtraction of rational numbers. My dear students, there is closure property for subtraction of rational numbers. What does that property say? That property says that if we subtract a rational number from any other rational number, we always get a rational number. If you are confused, you can think of any two rational numbers and subtract one rational number from the other. When you will obtain your answer, you will see that the answer which you have obtained is also a rational number. You can check this. You can verify the closure property for subtraction of rational numbers. Okay. So let us take another example for subtraction. I am taking the operation of subtraction here and applying closure property for subtraction of rational numbers. Closure property for subtraction. Closure property for subtraction of rational numbers. Take any two rational numbers. For example, minus 7 by 13 and I am going to subtract a number minus 14 upon, let us take 26. So as you can see that it is also a rational number and it is also a rational number. So I am going to subtract a rational number from any other rational number. So the answer which will come, the answer which I will obtain by subtracting this rational number from this rational number, what will be the quality of that number? Will that number be also a rational number or not? So I am going to check this. Okay, so I can write it minus 7 by 13. I have removed the brackets, and on removing the bracket from here, minus and minus sign will be multiplied and you will get plus 14 upon 26. The denominator are not equal here, so we will have to take the LCM of 13 and 26. So the LCM of 13 and 26 will be 26. 13 2 ja 26, minus 7 2 ja minus 14, and 26 1 ja 26, 14 1 ja 14. My dear students, minus 14 plus 14 is equal to 0. That is, you will get 0 upon 26, and 0 upon 26 is equal to 0. When 0 is divided by any number, by any natural number other than 0. If 0 is divided by any number remaining 0, leaving 0, then you will always get 0. So my dear student, on subtracting this rational number from this rational number, what you obtain? Your answer is 0. So now guess, is 0 a rational number? Yes, obviously we can say that 0 is a rational number. Why? Because we are able to express 0 in the form of p by q, that is 0 by 26. We are able to express it in the form of p by q. This number is looking like a fraction. It is not a fraction but looking like a fraction, that is looking like in the form of p by q, where the numerator and denominator, that is p and q, both are integers. 0 is also an integer and 26 is also an integer. So the second criteria is also fulfilled. P and Q are integers. This is the first criteria. The number 0 can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q, that is the numerator and denominator, both are integers, and the denominator is not equal to 0. The denominator is not 0. My dear student, the denominator is 26. Okay, so all the three conditions, all the three criteria are fulfilled here also. So we can say that 0 is a rational number. So what is the closure property for subtraction of rational numbers? The closure property for subtraction of rational numbers says that when we subtract any rational number from any other rational number, we always get a rational number, just as in the case of addition. Okay, now look at the closure property for multiplication of rational numbers. We are taking multiplication. Closure property for multiplication. Closure property for multiplication of rational numbers. Now my dear students, let us take any two rational numbers. You can think any two rational numbers. No need to copy what I am writing here. You no need to copy that. Okay, try to take any other example. Do not copy me. Okay, so what I am writing here, you should not take that example. You should think about other rational numbers. Okay, so that your practice may be perfect. So let us take another two rational numbers. Let us take 26 by 50 and minus 15 upon 13. So these are two rational numbers. I have taken two rational numbers and I am going to multiply them. The operation which I am going to apply on these both rational numbers is multiplication. What is the operation here? The operation is multiplication, and these are the two rational numbers. So by multiplying two rational numbers, what we will get? We will get a rational number or not? We are going to check it. So my dear students, you already know how to multiply two rational numbers. You have studied about it in class 7th. So you can see, on removing the brackets, I can write it like 26 upon 50, and on removing bracket from here you can write minus 15 upon 13. So my dear students, you can cancel out 13 1 ja 13, 13 2 ja 26, and you can cancel out 5 10 ja 50 and 5 3 ja 15, but you will have to write minus 3 here, because we are cancelling minus 15 by 5. We are cancelling out minus 15 by 5. We are not cancelling out only 15. We are cancelling out minus 15 by 5. So minus 3 will come here. Okay. So what is the answer? Numerator is multiplied by the numerator. 2 3 ja 6, that is minus 6 upon 10 1 ja 10, that is minus 6 upon 10. Also you can cancel out it. You can eliminate it in the simplest form. Okay, you can reduce it in the simplest form. 2 3 ja 6, but minus 3 will come here because we have cancelled minus 6 by 2, and 2 5 ja 10, 2 5 ja 10. So what is the answer? Minus 3 upon 5 is your answer. On multiplying 26 by 50 by minus 15 upon 13, you got your answer. Minus 3 upon 5 is your answer. So my dear student, look at this number. Is it a rational number or not? Yes, it is a rational number. My dear students, it is a rational number. Why? Because it is written in the form of P by Q. It is written in the form of P by Q, or we can say that it is looking like a fraction, where P and Q, that is the numerator and denominator, both are integers. P and Q are integers, and Q is not equal to 0. That means the denominator is not 0. Is the denominator 0? The denominator is not 0, but the denominator is 5 here. So all the three criteria are fulfilled. This number is in the form of P by Q, where P and Q both are integers and Q is not equal to 0. This number is looking like a fraction, where the numerator and denominator both are integers and the denominator is not equal to 0. So all the three criteria are fulfilled here. So we can say that it is a rational number. Similarly, if you take any other example, if you take other two rational numbers, leaving this except this, so by multiplying them also you will always get a rational number. So what is the closure property for multiplication of rational numbers? The closure property for multiplication of rational numbers says that when we multiply two rational numbers, we always get a rational number. Just as in the case of addition and subtraction you studied, the same case is here in the case of multiplication also. Okay, my dear students, now we will move towards division. We will take the operation of division. So we will take the operation of division here, my dear students. So my dear students, in the case of division, I will have to take two examples. two different examples because the case of division is different from addition, multiplication and subtraction. Closure property for division of rational numbers. Division of rational numbers. Let us take any two rational numbers. My dear student, let us take any two rational numbers. Suppose that I have a rational number 75 upon minus 8 and I am going to divide it by 25 by 16. 25 by 16. I am going to divide 75 upon minus 8 by 25 upon 16. My dear students, I am going to divide a rational number from a rational number. So when I will obtain my answer, that answer will be a rational number or not, I am going to check it. So let us check it. On removing the brackets, we can write simply it like this: 75 upon minus 8, and you already know that the sign of division is replaced by sign of multiplication, and when we replace the sign of division by sign of multiplication, we will have to take the reciprocal of the second rational number, that is, we will have to write it like 16 upon 25. 16 upon 25. Now we can cancel out 25 1 ja 25, 25 3 ja 75. 8 minus 1 ja minus 8, 8 minus 1 ja minus 8, and 8 2 ja 16. Okay, so what is the answer here? 3 2 ja 6, 3 2 ja 6 upon minus 1 1 ja minus 1, 6 upon minus 1, or you can say that I can also write it like this: minus 6 upon 1. I can transfer this minus sign here. I can transfer this minus sign in the numerator, so that I can write it 6 upon minus 1 like this: minus 6 upon 1. 6 upon minus 1 and minus 6 upon 1 are the same thing. They have the same value. Okay, and minus 6 upon 1 means minus 6. So by dividing a rational number by any other rational number, we are getting a rational number, my dear students, but we do not always get a rational number. In the case of division, we do not get always a rational number. This is the example where we saw that on dividing a rational number by any other rational number, we are getting a rational number, no matter. Okay, no need to worry here. This is a rational number because this number can be expressed in the form of P by Q. P by Q. Minus 6 can be written as minus 6 upon 1, that is in the form of P by Q, where numerator and denominator both are integers. Minus 6 is also an integer, 1 is also an integer, and the denominator is not equal to 0. So this minus 6 is a rational number. This is a rational number. But my dear students, I am going to take another example. Just look at that example carefully. Suppose I am going to divide 75 upon minus 8 by 0. By 0. Are you able to recall what you studied in the last video? When we were dividing any number by 0, we cannot divide it. Okay, 75 upon minus 8 divided by 0. So 0 can be written as 0 by 1. So on removing the brackets, we can write it like 75 upon minus 8, and we can replace this division sign into multiplication sign, and we can write this 0 upon 1 as 1 upon 0. When the sign of division is replaced by the sign of multiplication, we will have to take the reciprocal of the second rational number, just as in this case 0 upon 1 is written as 1 by 0. I have taken the reciprocal. So my dear students, the numerator is multiplied by the numerator. 75 1 ja 75, and the denominator is multiplied by the denominator. Minus 8 multiplied by 0, that will be 0. Now my dear students, try to find out the answer. What will be the answer of 75 by 0? I already taught you in the previous video that if we are dividing any number by 0, we cannot define it. We cannot define. On dividing 75 by 0, we cannot define it that what will come here, what will come here. You will put any number here, that 2, 0, 2 just 0, okay, or you will put 3 here, 0, 3 just 0, or you can put 100 here, 0 into 100, 0. So you cannot tell what is the quotient, what is the real answer. You cannot tell the answer. You are unable to define it. So 75 upon 0 is undefined, not defined. So we cannot say that it is a rational number. This is not a rational number. This is not a rational number. 75 upon 0 is not defined. Not defined. In fact, my dear students, in fact, any number upon 0 is not defined. Any number upon 0 is not defined. And when it is not defined, this is not a rational number. So in this example you saw that when we divide a rational number by any other rational number, it is not necessary that a rational number will come in the answer. It is not necessary. On dividing a rational number by any other rational number, you will not always get a rational number. You may get a rational number or you may not. Okay. So my dear students, this is the example which we studied here, and these are the 4 basic operations upon which we applied the closure property. Now in our next video we shall study about commutative property and so on. So thank you very much.